When asking, what can I do for God? Ano yung unang pumapasok sa inyong isipan? Is it preaching, mission work, or leading praise and worship? Paano kung sabihin ko sa inyo na serving God in your youth doesn't have to be complicated? Hindi ko sinasabi na ang mga nabanggit kong ito ay komplikado para sa ating lahat na hindi natin kayang i-handle. What I am saying is, you can easily serve God in your everyday life. Right in the midst of all your homeworks, sa iyong modules or anything na ginagawa mo. Sabi nga ni Apostle Paul kay Timothy, sabi niya, alam mo Timothy, do not let anyone despise your youth, but set an example for all the believers in speech, conduct, in love, in faith, and in purity. Alam nyo, itong simpleng verse na ito tells us 5 ways you can serve God in your youth. First way you can serve God in your youth is by zipping your lips. Zipping your lips. Ang bawat salita na lumalabas sa ating mga labi ay merong amazing power to either build some up or completely tear them down. You know, you can serve God by speaking words of life. Stop spreading rumors. Speak words of kindness that encourages others. Sabi nga sa Ephesians 4:29, huwag kayong gumamit ng masasamang salita. Lagi ninyong sikapin na ang pangungusap ninyo'y makakabuti at angkop sa pagkakataon upang pakinabangan ng mga makikinig. So, before saying something, take a moment to consider these 3 things. Una, is it positive? Maganda ba ito? Is it hurtful to another person? Baka makakasakit itong salita. Is it really necessary? Kapag ang sagot mo sa mga ito ay no, then stop. Shut your mouth. Zip your lips. Ang pangalawa na paraan para makapag-serve tayo sa Diyos ay sa pamamagitan ng ating behavior. You can reflect your faith with how you treat others. Una, honor your parents. One way you can serve God in your youth with your behavior is by honoring your parents. Ibig sabihin, no talking back or arguing. Walang pagsagot. Walang pabalang na pagsagot. No disobeying their rules. Or even no rolling your eyes when you think their back is turned. Minsan kasi kapag napapagalitan tayo, minsan yung mga mata natin tumataas o umiikot yung mata, pinagtataasan natin sila ng mata. But instead, show your appreciation for everything they do for you. Tell them how much you love them. Sabihin natin, oh, you're the best dad ever. Best mom ever. Sabi nga sa Ephesians 6, children, obey your parents in the Lord because this is right. Obeying our parents is the right thing to do. Pangalawa, respecting others. Respecting others. Napaka-importante. The second way you can serve God in your youth through your conduct is by respecting others, whether or not they return that respect to you. Ipadama natin at ipakita natin sa iba yung same love and grace na natatamo natin mula sa Diyos. Sabi nga sa Romans 12:10, magmahalan kayo bilang tunay na magkakapatid at pahalagahan ninyo ang iba ng higit sa pagpapahalaga nila sa inyo. So, let's try or let's practice to respect others. Ang pangatlong paraan to serve God in your youth is by loving. Loving. Itong part na ito, napakahirap. Especially when you're dealing with difficult people or when others are not kind and loving in return. Kapag yung iba talaga, minsan talagang hindi ka ibig-ibig, no? Minsan, hindi sila kind. Thankfully, yung 1 Corinthians chapter 13 verses 4 to 8 tells us exactly how to love others. We can love others by being kind, patient, not envying or boasting. We can love others by not boasting to or dishonoring others, putting ourselves above others, or getting angry at others. Alam nyo, you can serve God by serving others. Do something kind for someone without expecting anything in return. So kapag nag-i-struggle tayo with loving others, I encourage everyone na bumalik kayo sa passage na ito. Basahin ninyo 1 Corinthians chapter 13, specifically verse 4 to 8. Ang pang-apat na way to serve God in your youth is by showing faith. By showing faith. Pero ano nga bang ibig sabihin ng pagkakaroon ng faith? Sabi sa Proverbs chapter 3, verses 5 to 6, trust in the Lord with all your heart, and do not lean on your own understanding. In all your ways, know Him, and He will make your path straight. Sa pamagitan ng pagtitiwala sa Diyos in all situation, in good and in bad, yun yung sinasabi natin, showing faith. You can have faith by submitting your will to God. Tulad na nabanggit ko, God knows and God wants what's best for us. So, you can serve God in your youth by accepting God's will for you, even when you don't understand it. Trusting God. Trusting God. Ang panghuli, you can serve God in your youth by living in purity, which may be one of the most difficult things to accomplish, lalo na sa panahon natin ngayon. Sinasabi sa Colossians chapter 3 verse 5, therefore, put to death what belongs to your earthly nature: sexual immorality, impurity, lust, evil desire, and greed, which is idolatry. You know, you can serve God by living a life that honors and glorifies Him. Isang buhay na nagbibigay ng karangalan sa ating Panginoon. Ibig sabihin, giving up the desire of our flesh, whether it be lust, greed, or anything else that belongs to our earthly nature. Giving up the desire of our flesh and pursuing God's will instead. So, mga kaibigan, serving God in your youth doesn't have to be difficult. It's not about big, huge acts of service that everyone notice. Hindi mo kailangan gumawa ng malaki or mag-contribute ng napakalaking bagay, which is everyone notice para lang you can serve God in your youth. I mean, minsan kasi when we think about serving God, we think about yung malaking bagay na makukontribute mo sa mundo to serve God. That makes others, or minsan yun yung nagiging dahilan kung bakit napapatagal or minsan hindi natin talaga nasuserve yung God. Kasi we think big things na minsan ang hirap i-fulfill. Which is, on the other hand, we can serve God in our youth na meron namang madaling bagay o madaling paraan na pwede na naman nating i-serve si God in your everyday life. Alam niyo, serving God in your youth is about the small things you do each day to point others to God. It's about small things. Ito yung gigising ka sa umaga, waking up each morning and deciding you're going to live for God despite of everything you have going on. So, serving God in your youth is loving others, having faith, and living in a way that is evidence of God's goodness and mercy. So sa susunod na pagkakataon na tatanungin mo yung sarili mo, what can I do for God? Tandaan mo yung sinasabi sa 1 Timothy 4:12. You can serve God sa pamagitan ng iyong pananalita, pag-uugali, pananampalataya, at pagkakaroon ng malinis na pamumuhay.